I'm Colby Melton, an SDI student enrolled in the FTH 212 Striker Fired Pistol course. Today's date is the 27th of April, 2024. My professor is Dr. Perdue, and this is my Module 1 assignment. In front of me I have a firearm. We'll go ahead and clear that, drop the magazine. As you can see, there's no ammunition in the magazine. Lock the slide to the rear, remove the empty chamber flag, visually inspect the magazine well, the chamber and bore, visually and physically. The firearm is clear and there's no live ammunition in the workspace. This is a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield Plus. It is an optic ready version without the side safety. Locating a schematic for the firearm wasn't easy. It's not available on a lot of the sites that they normally are. I was able to find this schematic posted by Al, the Euro 137 on the M&P Pistol Forum website. I was also able to find a schematic at eDog on the actual cleaning mats, and these mats are available, pictures of the mats, and the mats are available in both black and tan. Part 2 of the assignment: what are some of the tools discussed in the module lecture that you would need to disassemble the firearm? Tools discussed in the module lecture that I would need to disassemble the firearm are punches, including roll pin and roll pin starter punches for reassembly, an armors and small ball peen hammer, a magnetic tray, needle nose pliers, a bit driver set, and a bench block. Number 2, a digital caliper and a small ruler could be used to take most of the measurements needed on the firearm once it was disassembled. However, it never hurts to have a micrometer to measure some of the smaller pins. Additionally, a trigger pull gauge and headspace gauges could be used to gauge the trigger weight and the headspace once the firearm was reassembled. What dimensions would you measure and why? You could measure the recoil guide rod assembly, the extractor, the barrel hood, the locking and unlocking lugs on the barrel, the magazine spring, the striker, and various springs and pins. However, it seems kind of pointless to measure them if you don't have any specs or data to reference to compare them to. However, you could measure where the plate goes to see if an optic you're going to order will fit, possibly. Number 4, some of the tools needed for the platform not readily discussed in the module lecture include a micro screwdriver set for the magazine release button, a small Allen key set, and torque wrenches for reinstallation of optic plates or optics to be torqued down to the specific pounds per inch or Newton meters. And a universal sight tool might be used to drive the front sight pin to the front sight to the left or right, or a special punch for that. Those are all standard tools. Some of the one of the proprietary tools would be a Smith & Wesson frame tool. It's not necessarily needed on this one, but because it's got the one piece, but some of the two piece actually do need it for the M&P 9s. Number 5, I believe that most of the small pins and springs would take some extra finesse to drive out or remove. If I were to try to remove them haphazardly, I could damage one of the smaller pins, the hole it goes into, or send a spring or pin flying across the room to be lost. Number 6, there aren't any components that I feel would be frustrating to remove or disassemble. However, components like sears and levers and that are held in place by pins or under spring tension can often be frustrating to reassemble. Number 7, yes, many of the small parts or springs could become easily lost. To prevent losing them, finesse a magnetic bench block, magnetic tray should be used during disassembly. Additionally, a closed parts tray with dividers or Ziploc bags should be used to store parts. It's also good to label each with a number in the dividers or in the bag to correspond with the steps used for disassembly. Number 8, the standard model of the striker fired pistol in front of me has 43 parts. This one, being the optic ready version, has at least 3 more because it has the 2 fasteners for the optic plate. 43, 46 parts seems like a big number, but it's really not. It's kind of average for a modern striker fired pistol. For a gunsmith disassembling this firearm, it just means that they would need to be organized and store the parts, and as they disassembled them in a manner that they wouldn't lose them and just be able to put them back together. This concludes my week 1 assessment.